In the heart of the United States, a journey opens like a living movie and takes us through 3 states with different styles, but with their own beauty: Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. Kentucky is the land of endless green fields, where the smell of bourbon stays in every oak barrel, and the sound of horse hooves on the racetrack is a symbol. Ohio is a place where modern city life mixes with the peace of big rivers, and where history, art, and energy meet in every street. Indiana is in the center of the United States, where the simple life of the Midwest is together with buildings, cities, and culture that feel both classic and new. Three lands, 3 colors, and 3 stories create an inspiring journey, where every moment gives us a new view and unforgettable experiences. Let this trip guide you to discover the most beautiful and unique things in Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. In the heart of America, where green hills stretch endlessly under the soft blue sky, there is a land that carries the soul of the classic South. It is Kentucky. This land is not only known for its rich bourbon or the sound of horse hooves on the track of the Kentucky Derby, but also as a place where nature, history, culture, and people come together, all blending into a lively and emotional symphony. To mention Kentucky is to mention a land that is both wild and gentle, where the past and the present meet in every slow rhythm of life, so that anyone who has once set foot there carries in their heart a warm and unforgettable feeling. Kentucky is located in the southeastern region of the United States, bordering Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee, and Missouri. This special location makes Kentucky a bridge between the industrial north and the agricultural south, between the high Appalachian Mountains and the fertile plains of the Ohio River. The natural beauty here is truly impressive. In the east are tall, majestic mountains. In the center is the famous bluegrass region with its lush green hills, And in the west stretch fertile fields with winding rivers and streams. Kentucky has a humid, temperate climate, with warm summers, mild winters, and gentle, pleasant spring and autumn season. An ideal time to watch the changing scenery and to feel the scent of earth and grass blending in every breeze. The first destination that anyone should visit is Mammoth Cave National Park, the precious jewel of Kentucky's nature. With a length of more than 640 kilometers, it is the longest cave system in the world, a giant maze created over millions of years by the patient work of water and stone. When you step deep underground, the light slowly gives way to darkness, and all the sounds of the outside world seem to disappear. Instead, there is cool, fresh air, the damp smell of earth and rock, and the faint echoes rising from the deep passages. The sparkling stalactites, the giant stone arches, and the winding paths seem to take you through time, back thousands of years ago, when the first native people came here for shelter. Today, Mammoth Cave is not only a famous tourist attraction, but also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a symbol of the endless power of nature and time. Leaving the underground world, the journey continues to Red River Gorge, located in Daniel Boone National Forest, a place known as the Living Painting of America. This area is a paradise for nature lovers, mountain climbers, and explorers. Hundreds of natural stone arches, steep cliffs, clear streams, and lush green forests create a landscape that is both majestic and poetic. One of the most famous sights here is the Natural Bridge, a natural stone arch more than 20 meters long stretching across the sky, a symbol of Kentucky's wild beauty. Every early morning, when the mist still lingers on the leaves and the first sunlight paints the cliffs red, the scene looks like a giant, enchanting painting. Red River Gorge is also a gathering place for adventure seekers, where thousands of visitors come each year to climb, camp, kayak, or simply immerse themselves in the peacefulness of the great forest. Not far from there, in the southern part of the state, Cumberland Falls appears like a silver ribbon in the deep forest. The water falls from a height of 20 meters into the Cumberland River, creating a white curtain that is both majestic and gentle. People call this place the Niagara of the South, but Cumberland is more special than any other waterfall in the world, because it is one of the very few places where you can see a moonbow, a rainbow that appears at night. When the full moon shines, the mist rising from the falls reflects the moonlight and creates a magical rainbow in the darkness. That moment makes anyone who sees it fall silent, as if nature is softly whispering something sacred and mysterious. If nature is the soul of Kentucky, then its cities are the beating heart of the American South. Louisville, the largest city in the state, is where the past and the present blend together in a lively rhythm of life. Located on the Ohio River, Louisville is most famous for the Kentucky Derby, the prestigious horse race held since 1875 at Churchill Downs. Every May, tens of thousands of people from all over the world come here, wearing elegant clothes, putting on beautiful derby hats, and joining the joyful festival atmosphere. It is not just a race, but a cultural symbol, a source of pride for the people of Kentucky, where tradition, style, and passion meet in the sound of galloping hooves. Leaving Louisville, we arrive in Lexington, known as the horse capital of the world. Surrounding the city are lush green meadows, divided by the iconic white fences and endless horse farms. Here, raising horses is not just a job, it is a passion, a part of the culture and soul of the people. Visitors can stop by the Kentucky Horse Park, a living museum of horse racing history and heritage, where legendary racehorses that once conquered the Churchill Downs track are honored. Lexington is also a city of knowledge, home to the University of Kentucky, a leading center of research and education in the state, giving the city a blend of classic charm and youthful energy. Next is Frankfort, the small but deeply historic capital of Kentucky. Peacefully located on the banks of the Kentucky River, Frankfort carries a classic beauty with its red brick houses, pointed-roofed churches, and the majestic Capitol building reflecting on the water. Although it is not as crowded as the big cities, Frankfort wins people's hearts with its quietness, friendliness, and the feeling that time here seems to slow down. An afternoon walk along the river, hearing the church bells echo and watching the sunset turn the Capitol dome golden, That is an experience full of Kentucky's spirit, gentle, calm, and full of emotion. About an hour's drive from Louisville, Bardstown, known as the bourbon capital of the world, is the place that preserves the soul of American whiskey. Distilleries like Heaven Hill, Willett, and Barton, 1792, fill the air with a sweet, rich aroma, inviting visitors to explore the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Each bottle of bourbon here is not just a product, but the result of earth, water, oak, and time, a source of pride that the people of Kentucky have cherished for generations. Bardstown is also known for its old houses, cobblestone streets, and cozy bars, where people sip bourbon under warm yellow lights and talk like old friends. From music to folk art, everything in Kentucky carries the breath of its land and people. The locals still keep traditional crafts such as pottery, weaving, wood carving, and instrument making, all reflecting their close connection with nature and their pride in ancestral heritage. Though time passes, Kentucky still preserves its identity, remaining a land of genuine values. Kentucky is one of the rare places in America where time seems to move more slowly. Here you can walk along tree-shaded paths, watch horses running in the fields, listen to the Ohio River touching the shore, or simply sit on a porch, sip a glass of bourbon, and feel peace flowing through every breath. For those who have visited, Kentucky is not just a state, it is a feeling. It is a place where you can hear the sound of the earth, smell the scent of grass, and feel the heartbeat of nature and people beating as one. A place where every moment, every road, and every glance reminds you of peace. Kentucky, the land of tradition, strength, and kindness, still stands quietly yet firmly, as a reminder that in this busy world, there is still a place that keeps the pure beauty of the true America. Ohio, the heart of America, is a place that balances modern life and simplicity. It is between the busy industrial rhythm and the quiet beauty of the Midwest nature. Located in the center of the United States, this state not only has a strategic geographic position, but is also the cradle of American history, culture, and spirit. People say that if you want to feel the true soul of America, go to Ohio, where all traditional and modern values meet in a harmonious and deep way. Located between the states of Michigan, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Indiana, Ohio is like a perfect connection between the East and the Midwest of the United States. The northern part of the state is bordered by the vast waters of Lake Erie, one of the 5 Great Lakes, bringing fresh air and rich fish resources. The gentle Ohio River winds through the southern part, not only as a symbol but also as a source of life that has nourished the people here for centuries. Ohio's landscape is diverse. The north is covered with flat and fertile fields stretching endlessly, while the south and southeast are part of the Appalachian Plateau, with thick forests, waterfalls, and misty hills in the morning. The mild climate of the state creates 4 distinct seasons: fresh spring with apple and cherry blossoms, warm summer with golden sunshine, colorful autumn with red and orange maple leaves, and gentle winter with white snow covering the old streets. Columbus, the capital of the state, is the young and creative heart of Ohio. It is famous for the Ohio State University, one of the top universities in the United States, bringing vibrant energy to the whole city. The Short North Arts District is a special highlight, where colorful murals, artistic cafes, and handmade shops create a free and inspiring atmosphere. Not far from there is German Village, an old red brick neighborhood preserved from the 19th century, with cobblestone streets and cozy European-style restaurants. If you travel with your family, don't miss Cozy, one of the leading interactive science museums in the country, or the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, one of the most beautiful and diverse zoos in the world. Cleveland, the city by Lake Erie, carries the beauty of rebirth and creativity. After the industrial era, Cleveland became the cultural and musical center of the state. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a must-see destination, keeping the legacy of legends like the Beatles, Elvis Presley, and Michael Jackson. The Cleveland Museum of Art is also a source of pride, with more than 60,000 artworks from around the world. To feel the local rhythm of life, visit the West Side Market, a historic market that has been open since 1912, full of the aroma of bread, cheese, and handmade coffee. In addition, the Cleveland Metro Parks system, a chain of green parks surrounding the city, is a wonderful place to walk, ride a bike, and watch the sunset by the windy lake. Cincinnati, the ancient city by the Ohio River, has a strong European charm. The Over-the-Rhine district, with its beautifully restored Italian-style red brick buildings, is now the center of food, art, and nightlife. Fountain Square is lively all year round with festivals and outdoor concerts. The Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden is one of the oldest and most beautiful zoos in the United States, famous for its wildlife conservation programs. In addition, the Cincinnati Art Museum holds thousands of valuable artworks, showing the deep cultural richness of this land. If you want to immerse yourself in nature, Hocking Hills State Park is a destination you cannot miss. With its canyons, waterfalls, and magical caves like Old Man's Cave, Ash Cave, and Cedar Falls, this place is called the Green Gem of Ohio. In autumn, the Hocking Hills forest shines with red and yellow colors, attracting visitors from everywhere to enjoy the view and go hiking. The northern part of the state is the Lake Erie shoreline, a paradise for relaxation. Put-in Bay and Kelly's Island are two famous islands where you can go boating, kayaking, enjoy fresh seafood, and watch the sunset reflecting on the lake. This is the perfect place to enjoy peaceful moments, far away from the busy rhythm of city life. Finally, Holmes County, the land of the Amish, offers a unique and peaceful experience. No electricity, no cars, only horse-drawn carriages on village roads, simple farms, and wooden houses in the middle of green fields. The Amish people here are known for their hospitality and handmade products such as pies, cheese, honey, and hand-woven quilts. Visiting Holmes County feels like going back in time, where life keeps its original peace, without hurry or noise, only calmness and serenity. Ohio, through each of these places, appears both diverse and harmonious. From modern cities to rustic countryside, from lively music to peaceful nature, all blending together to create a vivid picture of the heart of America. Ohio's culture is a blend of tradition and modernity. Cleveland is famous for having one of the world's best symphony orchestras. Columbus is lively with art festivals, and Cincinnati has a classic charm with its unique craft beer culture. Sports are a great source of pride for the people, especially the Ohio State Buckeyes football team, whose passionate spirit spreads across the state. The people of Ohio are friendly, hardworking, and sincere. Whether in the city or the countryside, they live simply, stay close to their community, and believe that happiness comes from hard work, kindness, and pride in their homeland. Ohio's cuisine reflects its people, simple, practical, yet full of charm. Cincinnati chili is the signature dish, completely different from the traditional chili style. It is spaghetti topped with spicy meat sauce, golden cheese, and beans, eaten five-way in the unique Cincinnati style. Sweet Buckeye candies, small round treats that mix the richness of peanut butter with the slight bitterness of chocolate, are an essential gift during holidays. Pierogi, dumplings filled with potatoes or cheese in the Polish style, remind people of the European immigrant community, while Lake Erie perch, crispy fried fish from Lake Erie, is a favorite dish in the northern part of the state. In addition, Ohio is famous for having more than 400 craft breweries, each offering a unique taste of passion and creativity. With all these things, Ohio is not just a state on the map, but a part of America's soul. It carries within it history, faith, hope, and human warmth. From busy cities to peaceful countryside, from modern museums to forest trails, from lively music to quiet moments by the lake, Ohio is a place that makes your heart slow down, to listen, to feel, and to love. Not as flashy as New York, nor as glamorous as California, Ohio is quiet yet profound. It keeps the true spirit of America, hardworking, steadfast, optimistic, and kind. A trip to Ohio is not only a journey to discover beauty, but also a journey to touch the values that shape a nation's identity. And when you leave this place, you will carry in your heart a bit of warmth, a bit of peace, and a bit of faith that, in this vast and noisy world, there still exists a land that lives slowly, gently, and sincerely. Ohio, the heart of America. In the heart of the vast United States, where endless cornfields stretch to the horizon, where small towns rest quietly beside old railways, and the sound of the train whistle echoes every morning, there is a state with a beauty so simple and true, Indiana. It is not as noisy as New York, nor as glamorous as California. Indiana carries the soul of the Midwest, a place where people live more slowly, are closer to each other, and where everything seems to keep the original spirit of early America. Here, among gentle hills and peaceful rivers, one can find both the breath of the past and the rhythm of the present, blending together in a calm and warm symphony. Indiana is located in the center of the Midwest of the United States and is considered the heart of this land. The state borders Michigan to the north, Ohio to the east, Illinois to the west, and Kentucky to the south, separated by the gentle Ohio River. In the northwest, Indiana's border touches the southern shore of Lake Michigan, opening up a vast space of water where long, sandy beaches and gentle waves reflect the golden glow of the sunset. The state capital, Indianapolis, lies almost in the middle and is known as the Crossroads of America because it is where many major highways, railways, and air routes meet. The terrain of Indiana stretches from fertile plains in the central and northern regions to soft rolling hills in the south, where nature still keeps the wild beauty of prehistoric times. The climate here is typical of the Midwest. Warm summers, colorful autumns, snowy winters, and lively springs. First of all, when people talk about Indiana, they must mention the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the heart of speed lovers. This is a legendary racetrack where the Indianapolis 500 takes place, one of the most prestigious races in the world. Every May, hundreds of thousands of people come here, bringing flags, hats, and an incredible excitement. The roaring sound of engines echoes like thunder. Checkered flags wave in the wind, and the whole atmosphere feels like a giant festival. Inside the complex, there is also the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum, which displays many legendary race cars and tells the story of more than a century of motorsport history. Not far from there is the Indianapolis Museum of Art, now part of the Newfields Art Campus, a space that combines art, nature, and architecture. The museum holds more than 50,000 works, from classic European paintings and contemporary art to rare Asian collections. Surrounding the museum are vast sculpture gardens, clear blue lakes, and tree-shaded walking paths. In spring, the entire area glows with thousands of tulips and lavender flowers, making it a peaceful stop for anyone who loves art and nature. If you want to leave the city and find pure nature, head north, where Indiana Dunes National Park lies along Lake Michigan. This national park is the green jewel of the state, with more than 20 kilometers of soft white sand beaches, dunes as high as 60 meters, and a rich ecosystem of forests, marshes, and small lakes. In summer, thousands of people come to sunbathe, swim, kayak, or simply watch the sunset over the vast lake. In autumn, the leaves change color, and the winding trails become bright and romantic, touching everyone's heart. Continuing the journey, you will find Brown County State Park in the southern part of the state, known as the Smoky Mountains of Indiana. This large park is famous for its brilliant autumn scenery, when the forests of maple, oak, and birch trees all put on golden, red, and orange colors. Visitors can walk on dozens of trails, ride bikes through the forest, go horseback riding across valleys, or stop at small wooden cabins to enjoy complete peace. Here, every morning the mountains are covered with mist, and every afternoon the sunset shines softly through the trees, creating a poetic and beautiful picture of nature. And if you love the quiet charm of old towns, visit Madison, located on the banks of the Ohio River. This is one of the best preserved historic towns in the United States, with more than 130 buildings from the 19th century that still keep their original architecture. Along the cobblestone streets, you will see Federal-style houses, antique shops, small cafes, and inns with a classic touch. Madison is not noisy or flashy, but it holds the beauty of time and the peaceful days of the past. From Madison, if you travel a bit further, you will reach Columbus, known as the Outdoor Architecture Museum of Indiana. Although it is just a small city, Columbus has more than 70 buildings designed by world-famous architects such as Eero Saarinen, I.M. Pei, Harry Weese, and Cesar Pelli. Churches, libraries, schools, and city halls all feature unique, elegant, and creative architectural styles. In particular, the First Christian Church and the Miller House and Garden are two masterpieces of modern architecture that anyone who loves beauty should visit at least once. Leaving Columbus and heading north, you will reach South Bend, the hometown of the University of Notre Dame, one of the most prestigious universities in the United States. Right on the campus, the Basilica of the Sacred Heart stands magnificently with its golden dome and beautiful hand-painted murals. Next to it is the Golden Dome, the university's iconic building that reflects the bright sunlight every afternoon. Notre Dame is not only an academic center, but also a cultural and religious pride of the people of Indiana. In the center of the state, the capital city, Indianapolis, is a stop you should not miss. Besides its modern buildings, the city is home to Monument Circle, the central square with the tall Soldiers and Sailors Monument, surrounded by historic buildings. When night falls, the monument glows under the lights, creating a scene that is both solemn and romantic. Nearby is White River State Park, a large urban park where people can walk, ride bikes, or paddle along the gentle river flowing through the heart of the city. Within this area, you can also find the Indianapolis Zoo, the Idle-Yorg Museum, which showcases Native American art and culture, and the NCAA Hall of Champions for college sports lovers. The charm of Indiana lies in the fact that tradition and modern life exist side by side, blending naturally. On one side are golden cornfields, and on the other are vibrant cities full of youthful energy. In Indiana, you can leave your office in downtown Indianapolis in the afternoon, and after just an hour of driving, find yourself in the quiet countryside, hearing crickets sing and smelling the gentle scent of rice fields through your car window. The state is also famous for its strong passion for sports, especially basketball. People in Indiana love basketball almost like a religion, from high schools and universities to the professional team, the Indiana Pacers. The phrase Hoosier hysteria, the basketball craze, is something that anyone who has ever lived here understands deeply. The culture of Indiana perfectly reflects the spirit of the American Midwest: simple, hardworking, and warm. People here value work, family, and community. Whether they are farmers, workers, or teachers, they all take pride in their roots and their honest way of life. In small towns, traditional festivals such as summer fairs maple syrup festivals or bluegrass concerts are still lively, while big cities are full of theaters, museums, and contemporary art, creating a delicate blend between rural and urban life. Above all, Indiana is known for its people, the friendly, kind, and hospitable Hoosiers. They are always ready to smile, greet, or help a stranger simply because it feels natural to them. It is this sincerity that makes every visitor to Indiana feel something special. Here, kindness exists like the very breath of life. Indiana is not only a state of vast cornfields or peaceful cities, but also a place that preserves the true soul of the American Midwest. Hardworking, simple, and full of kindness. From lively small-town festivals, golden autumn roads, to the roaring cheers at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, everything blends together to create a unique identity found nowhere else. Indiana welcomes everyone with friendly smiles, simple stories, and sincere hospitality. Whether you come here to explore nature, learn about culture, or simply find peace, Indiana will always make you feel as if you are coming home, where your heart is filled with warmth, simplicity, and deep pride in the land and its people. In the end, the journey closes, but the feelings about Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana still stay like a song of nature, culture, and people in the Midwest of the United States. The three states with three styles create a deep picture. Tradition with modern life, classic beauty with a new rhythm, and stories that you can only feel fully when you visit. Whether you love exploring, love history, or just want to find peaceful moments, the journey through these three lands will surely give you inspiration and unforgettable memories. And maybe this will only be the start of many more interesting trips.